But as I was trying to explain the real intersection of authenticity, which is a business to business consulting business, and Armored, which tells the story of how we overcame a lot of really personal health challenges. Because my husband he was in ICU in our early 30s. He was put in ICU because he had a really bad drug interaction from this asthma drug that he was taking. He's had asthma since he was 6 weeks old. And then at 38, he overcame stage 4 cancer, which that was an extreme battle in and of itself. And then November of 2019, he had a stroke, which was so debilitating that it completely paralyzed him on his right side. He couldn't speak, and had to walk through, he's a warrior. He had to walk through all of the recovery process on all 3 of those major health challenges with me by his side. And I say all of that to say, I am the most unintentional caregiver that you would ever want. And so I am non-emotional, non-maternal. I think with my head, logic, I plow us through, but I am by no way, shape, or form a healthcare kind of person. But God has a funny sense of humor and handed me a man who has a lot of health challenges. And so I used to think that my professional experience armed me with the skills that I needed, the crisis management skills, the logic skills, the organizational skills to be more prepared on the personal side of things. But in the quiet space of the holidays, as I was thinking on this presentation, it occurred to me that actually the personal challenges that we've gone through have made me a better business professional. They've made me a better human being. I'm a better listener. I'm a better communicator. I have a lot more patience than I did, especially in my early 30s. And I am way more empathetic than I used to be. And so the peaks and valleys of life are, I mean, we all have them, whether they're professional or personal, right? And we all have hopes and dreams of what we want to become. But the reality is these are the mountains that we have, but they're also the A in both Armored and authenticity to really merge the two. That's the intersection of who I've become and what I have learned overall in terms of encountering all of these challenges. I was called in the quiet space. So we were spit out the other side of the stroke and the recovery. He spent 26 days in the hospital and ICU, 2 stints of it, and inpatient rehab in December of last year I can't say last year anymore, of 2019. So January of 2020, just recovering and everything else. March was going to be phenomenal for my business. I was going to have a record month. I had all these great coaching assignments and team building retreats and things like that lined up. And then I don't know about you, COVID hits, needle across the record. It's nothing but quiet for months. And so the space that created, the quiet that created allowed me to do something that I've had a dream to do for 20 years. 20 years ago, in my late 20s, I wanted to write a book, and I've continued to have that desire. This was not going to be the book that I was going to write. I was going to write a business development, business kind of book. But I really felt the calling to share what I had learned with other people like myself and give them permission that we can get to the other side of life's challenges, however we get to it, with whatever strengths and armoring that we have along the way. And so just like how I do something in my own certain way, being in partnership with my spouse specific to that challenge, whatever challenge you come across, you're going to get through it however you need to get through it. And just knowing and owning and giving yourself permission to do it in your own way is totally